Over the last month, Matt Cain has been on a roll. He's been setting batters back to the bench on a regular basis since the All-Star break. Cain's challenge tonight, well, it's the Pittsburgh Pirates. The Bucks lead the NL Central and are looking to get into the postseason for the first time in 20 years. It's the first game of a 4-game series. It's the Giants and Pirates, and it's next.
Here at the corner of 3rd and King, the Giants, they welcome in the Pittsburgh Pirates. This is game 1 of a 4-game series, Pirates and Giants. Hi again, everybody. I'm Dwayne Kuiper. Alongside me is Mike Krukow. Well, the Giants say farewell to the Boston Red Sox, and that's a good thing. And they welcome in a team that's playing extremely good baseball, good pitching. They seem to get timely hitting, and right now the Pirates are a tough team.
Well, they're pretty focused right now. They haven't had a winning season in 20 years, and they're trying to turn that around. Not only get past the 500 mark, but get to the playoffs. Now, this is a team that's built on pitching. It's also a team that doesn't beat themselves. They've only scored 12 more runs than the Giants, but they're leading a very tough National League Central. So the Giants have their hands full, but you know, when you give the ball to Matt Cain like they will tonight, you always feel like you have a great chance to win.
That's right. Matt Cain on the hill for the Giants tonight. Buster Posey doing the catching. When we come back, Amy G is going to take a look at, well, he's an Iron Man. He plays every day, and he has so this year. Amy G on Hunter Pence and the Everyday Player right after this.
By Jack in the Box. Go big at a participating Jack in the Box with Jack's really big chicken sandwich combos for only $3.99 plus tax. And by Toyota. Do the math and save at your local Toyota dealer.
Well, we've got some fans coming out to the yard. Yesterday, one first-place team left the Bay Area. Today, another first-place team enters. Welcome back to AT Park. I'm Amy Gutierrez, and as the Giants get set for a 4-game series against the Pittsburgh Pirates, we wanted to remind you that Hunter Pence yesterday was recognized as the Heart and Hustle Award winner for the Giants team. This is a very special honor. It's voted on by Giants alumni. There's a player picked from each team in Major League Baseball. Now, we've decided Hunter is our forward right choice this evening because entering today, he's made 126 consecutive starts. He's simply an Iron Man. Now, he joins a very elite list. He's the only National League player to start every game this season, and he joins a very small group. All 5 of those guys you see on that list from the American League. Also very impressive. Since the Giants acquired Pence on the trade deadline, he only didn't start 1 game, and that was the day after the Giants clinched the division. So congratulations to Hunter Pence, the Heart and Hustle Award winner for the Giants. Now, there are 30 that have been chosen, one to represent each team, and a winner will be named in November. All right, game 1 against the Bucs set to start shortly. Kruk and Kipe will be back with first pitch and lineups. But first, after these messages, we're going to check in with our Comcast Sportsnet studios for an update. So stay with us.
Hurdle. Ron Wotus going over the ground rules. The first game of the series, they do this, and they cover every ground rule. Everyone. It's like 25 of them, and they cover them all. And then they're a little bit more lenient in the games 2 and 3 of the series. Our game time weather is presented by the Santa Cruz Beach Boardwalk. Get to the beach. The admission-free boardwalk is now open every day. 61 degrees here at the yard. Winds a little brisk. Humidity at 82%. And as I said, it's a brisk and breezy and windy and cool night. Matt Cain coming out of the dugout. The horse is going to lead the troops onto the field. The lineup that Matt Cain will be facing for the Pirates, their lineup is brought to you by Coors Light. It'll be Tabata, Walker, and McCutchen, and then Pedro Alvarez. His 31 big flies. He's tied for first in the National League, and his RBI total tied for fourth. The former Dodger Russell Martin will do the catching. He'll hit fifth, and it's Jones, Sanchez, Mercer, and pitching and batting ninth. He's having a good year, and that's Jeff Lott.
On the hill tonight for the Giants will be Matt Cain. They can start number 26. He's 8-8 on the year with a 4.35 ERA. And since the All-Star break, he has been whittling down that ERA very consistently. And when he's on, you're going to see a fastball that he'll 2 and 4 seam with great consistency in the corners. He'll throw a slider, a curveball, and a changeup. Anything at any time. And for Cain, against these Pirates, 3-2 with a 2.79 ERA. That's in 10 starts. Take a look at the defense playing behind Matt Cain tonight. Starting in the Giants outfield from left to right, it'll be Pill, Blanco, and Pence. That's your outfield. Arias and Sandoval on the left side with Brandon Crawford getting a night off. Scudero and Bell on the right side. And behind the plate in the squad will be Buster Posey.
Pirates come in just having won 2 out of 3 from San Diego. They're a game up on the Cardinals in the Central. As we get ready for baseball here at AT&T Park, as Jose Tabata gets ready to step in. Tabata hitting .260, 4 home runs, 17 RBIs. And the first pitch of the ball game is up and in. So we get started right on time at 7:15. In at third is Sandoval. And this is hit high and foul down the right field line and out of play. On deck is Walker and then McCutchen. And it's just outside, called by home plate umpire Vic Carapazza. To the rest of the crew, Cedarstrom, Danley, and Barksdale. All umpires will have a spot behind home plate in this series. 2-1 pitch. Lined into center field. Blanco is going to play it on a hop. So that's how this game gets started.
Time now for our AT&T U-verse rewind. We go back to June 13th of this year. Matt Cain, when the Giants were in Pittsburgh, 6 2/3 strong innings. Just 2 hits allowed, no runs, couple of walks, 3 strikeouts, 101 pitches. He dealt, and that's our AT&T U-verse rewind. He'll have a good strike zone tonight. Vic Carapaz is the pitcher's umpire. It's a big zone, and he loves ringing guys up.
So here's Walker. Walker hitting .259. And he looks at a strike. Tabata's got 3 steals. He has not been thrown out. And the Pirates are, they got a couple guys that'll pop it out of the park, but more so than not, they're going to beat you in close games. This is lined into right center field. That's going to be a base hit. Tabata's going to go to third. And just like that, the Pirates with runners at the corners. And here comes McCutchen.
Kind of a mistake up, right out over the plate at the letters, and Walker jumps all over it. They had to set the defense going to the left center side, so he hits it away from the defense, and just like that, they get a first and third, and the table setters have done their job, and here comes the beef.
So Cain now in the limit the damage mode. McCutchen having another terrific season. He's hitting .319.
And he's been hot.
Cain does have a little bit of ownage on him. He's only got 2 hits off of Cain and 16 at bats. And a breaking ball misses. 1 ball and no strikes. Pedro Alvarez is on deck. Oh yeah. Well, got their hands full. 1-0 to McCutchen. 2 balls and no strikes to McCutchen.
This guy's a good player. He's been a good player since he got to the league, and every year he does the one thing that good players do. He gets better. Some small way, he'll improve his game. And he is the heart and soul of this club.
Lines it into left field. That's a base hit. So 3 solid hits off of Matt Cain, and it's 1-0 Pirates.
Come on, Joe.
So Buster Posey is going to go out and have a word.
Now I think his word is going to be get the ball down. Now Cain's a guy who can pitch up, but he usually sets it up when he's consistently up around the belt. That's not good for anybody. And McCutchen take advantage of the location mistake.
Alvarez at .233. He got 31 home runs, 83 driven in. He's an overall #1 draft pick. He's going to strike out a lot. Struck out over 150 times. And a good breaking ball. And you can't make mistakes on him because he can hit the ball a very long way.
Yeah, he is unforgiving. He's also a guy that hits into a lot of double plays. He leads the team in hitting into double plays.
One and two. And that's the spot where you talked about Cain missing up. That's a good high fastball because that's not a strike.
No, that's where he's trying to throw it. And he'd go right back up there again. You keep climbing the ladder with Alvarez and he'll follow you.
Two and two.
Change the sideline, change the speed, go down and away with a changeup. 154 strikeouts on the year. He's walked 39 times. But he hit 31 home runs. And the organization can forgive a lot of things.
And he got him.
Down low with a changeup. Started at the knees and just let it drop right out of the strike zone. I hope he chases, and indeed he does. Take a look at our Exmo. It's brought to you by your local Toyota dealer. Classic, very compact, powerful drop and drive. It's low 3/4 short arm release from Matt Cain. Type of motion that is very deceiving. This is a big hitter tonight in this game with Matt Cain. Russell Martin's got good numbers lifetime against him. Tabata with the base hit. They watch the ball get up, and Walker hits the mistake up, and then here's one right at the belt for McCutchen.
So here's the 0-1 to Martin, and that was away from the target, and it's 0-2. This guy's ready, man. He brought his gamer. He's got his earbuds.
He'll be talking to him the 4th, 5th, and 6th innings.
He's got some goodies in that bag. Down low. Nice block by Buster Posey. One and two. At second, Walker, McCutcheon at first. And it's low, 2 and 2. Arias and Scudero playing for the double play. Cain looks to second. And it's 3 and 2. So Cain has gone the distance with Russell Martin. And as good a time to do that as any, with a full count, runners at first and second. See what the runners do. They do not go. And this is hit on the ground. Arias shovels it to Scudero. Scudero to Belt. And that'll end the inning. So Cain does indeed get the ground ball. The damage, 1 run. Scudero, Arias, Belt coming up. And it is brought to you by Coors Light. Scudero, Arias, and Belt. Posey will be the cleanup hitter. Then it's Pence. Pablo Sandoval, good numbers lifetime against the Buccos. Pill gets a start. He's in left field. Blanco hitting 8th and Cain 9th.
On the hill tonight for the Pirates will be the left-hander Jeff Locke. This is what he has done in 24 starts, 9-4 with a 2.90 ERA. Had a great first half, and it earned him a spot on the National League All-Star team this year. He's in his first full year at the big league level, 25 years of age. Out of Conway, New Hampshire. It's the first time he's ever faced the Giants. When you take your at-bats against Block, you're going to see a guy who's got a fastball that can go low 90s. He will sink, he will cut it. He's got a big curveball and a changeup. And changeup is really a good one. It is his bread and butter. Last start in Arizona, he got knocked out in the 4th inning, gave up 8 runs. So he's hitting a little bit of a rough spot. And this is the dog days, and it does happen to young pitchers. Let's take a look at the defense playing behind Jeff Locke tonight. Starting in the Pirates outfield from left to right will be Tabata, McCutcheon, and Jones. That's your outfield. Mercer and Alvarez on the left side. Walker and Sanchez on the right side. Russell Martin will be in the squad, putting down the signs.
So here's Scudero. It'll be Scudero, Arias, and Belt. And the first pitch to Scudero is outside for a ball, 1-0. Scudero hitting at .297, a couple of home runs, 24 driven in. And it looked like Scudero was going to take a strike, and he just did. Down low, 2-1, or make it 3-0. The Giants seeing Locke for the first time. Missed them when the Giants played that 3-game series in Pittsburgh. Here he's got to throw a strike, and he does, and it's 3-1. Arias in the on-deck circle. And it's 3-2. Scudero now has to swing the bat. And he does. He got a piece, but Martin held on. And Scudero strikes out. He doesn't strike out very often. Almost looked like that fastball. It was a little sneaky to Scudero.
Do you like hitting off sneaky guys?
I didn't. Not my first at bat, I didn't. But he saw 3 fastballs that were in the strike zone. So here's Arias.
What makes a guy sneaky is his arm action, his delivery.
Hit right back to Locke.
And Matt Cain is sneaky. He gets a 92-mile-an-hour fastball. When you get in that batter's box, you'll see 92 on the charts, thinking, oh, it's average. And then you get in the box, and it looks live. It's on you quick, and it's because it's sneaky. The arm action is such that you get a little more than what you expect. It looks more.
He also turns his back, and you do lose sight of the ball right in the middle of his windup. And that pitch is down and in for a ball, 1 ball and no strikes.
Got a little Ted Lilly in his delivery.
Same spot.
See what he throws. About 66% of the time you're going to see the fastball, and then the curveball changeup. Try and finish you off depending on which one is working that night. Watch him make that big turn. He'll show the back of his uniform to the hitter. And then he starts in, really stays on that back leg beautifully. Gets his arm up in a perfect position, throwing over that front foot, elbow well above the shoulder.
3-1 to Belt.
Folks from Eric's Deli tonight joined the game. Great seats.
3-1 pitch to Belt, and Belt takes ball 4. So here's Buster Posey hitting .303. He's got 14 home runs. He's got 62 driven in. And he fouls this one out of play. Hunter Pence would hit if Buster Posey extends the inning. Belt at first, a 2-out walk. Just inside, a sneaky 92.
Hey, Crooked Kipe, it's my first Giants game. Go Giants. Well, my little one, you are being raised so well, and you don't even know it yet. Welcome to the club.
In the dirt. Belt being held on by Gabby Sanchez. He's got a good lead. And now Locke will check on him.
It looked like he was in a one-way lead. There's two types of one-way leads. One, you come back to the bag on first move. The other one, you go to second base on first move. But until you know a guy's move, you're gonna want to see it. There you take the one-way lead back to the bag. Trying to get in on the hands of Buster Posey. There's a Berkeley hat. Everybody should have one of those.
There's a few floating around our house from the good old days.
Yep.
Here's the 3-1 to Posey. Swinging a line drive to right. And right there is Jones, and that'll end the inning. No luck for Buster Posey on this homestand. Second inning coming up.
Is brought to you by the Solar Company. Not just any solar company, the solar company.
Saturday, September 7th is the Giants' annual pregame Fiesta Gigante celebration, and it's presented by Coors Light. It's a special event, and it's a package, and it includes the tickets to the game, a Gregor Blanco bobblehead, and it's the bobblehead depicting the catch he made, saving Matt Cain's perfect game. This is what you do. Go to sfgiants.com/special events. Here's Garrett Jones. Jones hitting at .239, 11 home runs, 42 driven in. And he takes down low. He's 5 for 17 lifetime against Matt Cain with a home run.
That's another one of those guys that you make a mistake, he can knock you out of the ballpark. He's got great power.
(3-0). So Cain spent the entire first inning in the stretch, and he's a pitch away from getting in it right away here in the second. And he gets the call from Carapazze, and it's 3 balls and 1 strike. Gabby Sanchez, a right-handed hitter on deck, and then Jordy Mercer, the Pirates shortstop. And a big swing by Jones, and he fouls it back. It's now 3-2. Pirates on the road are only a couple of games over 500. They're 32-30. And they're under 500 against teams in the National League West. Payoff pitch. High and deep to right. This one is headed into the pond, and it is gone. And it's 2-0 Pirates. And for Jones, his 12th of the year and his second ever against Matt Cain.
This was not a cheap one either.
So here's Gabby Sanchez. And Sanchez takes outside for a ball, 1-0. So it's clear right now Matt Cain is out of whack.
Well, and he's behind. I mean, that's another indicator that he's not quite got his rhythm yet. That's not uncommon for Cain.
This is popped up on the infield. Belt calling off everybody, and he makes the catch.
And we talked about how Cain has missed up in a bad way a lot tonight, and here's another example of it. This went right at the belt, and Garrett Jones, with that power we're talking about, gets every bit of this one. Water shot. And almost hit the guy in the canoe. Kayak.
So here's Jordy Mercer. Mercer takes a strike. He's got a little pop. 275. 5 home runs. 20 driven in. This is the first time he's ever faced Matt Cain. And Cain runs that fastball inside to even the count. Jeff Locke is on deck. High and deep to left. Hill going back, and it is gone. And I'm quite sure that if we take a look at this location, he's probably going to be in a bad spot.
Well, it always gets back to location. Now this is Garrett Jones right at the belt. And now we look at the Jordy Mercer right at the belt. And you're looking at middle in mistakes. And you know as soon as those things are leaving the bat, they're going to travel. And that's 2 guys this inning that have gotten handshakes.
So here's Jeff Locke. Locke is 3 for 38. And he takes a strike. It's 1 ball and 1 strike. You always hope as a pitcher that you make a mistake like that and maybe the hitter pops it up or fouls it straight back. But that has not been the case here in the 2nd inning. Swing and a miss, 1-2.
Cain has been in too good of a throwing mode to get beat by this many bad location fastballs. It's just very, very uncharacteristic.
Tabata is on deck. 1 out, 2 in. And that's strike 3 call. All right, let's check in with Amy G. Amy?
All right, Dwayne and Mike, let's update fans on today's roster moves by the Giants. They placed Andres Torres on the disabled list with a left strained Achilles. They optioned pitcher Mike Kickham to AAA Fresno, and they recalled outfielder Francisco Peguero and infielder Nick Noonan. Dwayne?
All right. So some changes for the Giants before we get to the series against the Pirates. All are here, I believe. Andres Torres, you see, he's all wrapped up. This is down the right field line, and this could get scary, and it's just foul.
Well, if that guy would have brought a glove, he could have been a hero. And as it is, he gets a big league hang with him. All right, let's take a look. I got it. I got this one. I got it. It's mine. Oof. Right in the boiler.
Go get it. No, no, no.
The Pirate fan in the back. That was the whole story right there.
Should have hit that guy in the boiler. It'd have been fine. 1-2.
Oh, the Pirate fan was awesome. And the guy in the yellow, he was the one that told the whole story.
2-2. Here's our guy.
Yeah, he conquered the fear of having fun a long time ago.
Also came from Pittsburgh and forgot his jacket.
Not a problem for a Pittsburgher. This is what they love.
2 balls and 2 strikes. Breaking ball hit hard on the ground to Arias. This will get Cain out of the inning, but the damage is done. 2 solo home runs. Giants will send Pence, Sandoval, and Phil to the plate.
Cafe, celebrating 40 years of bringing it to the plate. Stop by Eric's and enter to win 40 years of free sandwiches with character.
Log on to csnbayarea.com and click on Giants In-Game Live, presented by Eric's Deli Cafe. Enhance the in-game experience on your computer, smartphone, or tablet. Giants In-Game Live, presented by Eric's Deli Cafe, only at csnbayarea.com. Here's Pence. Pence takes down low. Pence, Sandoval, and Pill. 15 home runs, 64 driven in for Hunter Pence. And that evens the count at a ball and a strike. Locke deals. He's got a 3-0 lead. And the next pitch is down low. It's 2-1. Pence into the glove of Russell Martin, 2-2.
Locke is just locked into that knee-high outside corner location. He's just pounding the right shin guard of Russell Martin.
He's not afraid to get it and throw it.
No, and you know, I just think it's so beneficial to your defense to work quick.
And Pence takes the walk, so that's the second walk for Locke. And here's the panda.
Sandoval back in action after a couple days off because of back stiffness that he developed because of the long flight back from Florida. Prior to taking those 2 days off, he really had a nice swing going. Left side and right side.
Sandoval on the ground to third. They'll go around the horn. Walker on to Sanchez, and on one pitch, it's a 5-4-3 double play. The beauty of the double play, just about the time you think you got something going, and all of a sudden, Locke now will face Pill. Nobody on, 2 outs.
You know, and he got it on the first pitch. One pitch, you get 2 outs.
So here's Brett Pill. And Pill takes the pitch outside for a ball, 1-0. Pill gets a start in left field tonight. And he shoots this one up the middle for a base hit. And for the Giants, that's their first hit. And that'll bring up Pablo Sandoval.
Just a challenge fastball at the knees. You see the big turn. He shows his letters down and in. He goes right back up the middle. That's a great look. It's a great look at what you see in the batter's box from Locke. A lot of guys will develop that turn for one reason. They want to sit on their back leg longer, so they get into a more balanced, more powerful drive position off that back leg. Locke's not that tall from a pitcher's standpoint. He's 6 feet, 185. I mean, that's pretty. That's below average in height.
And Blanco with a swing and a miss. Blanco playing with Torres going on the DL. Torres usually plays center field against the left-handed starter, but Torres on the DL. Blanco gets the nod tonight. There's a panda watching just over the fence in left field. Blanco flips one to left. He's going to have a hit. So now Matt Cain will step up. He's got a chance to help himself. He's got a couple of RBIs this year, but only 3 hits. He usually hits a home run or 2 a year, so he's due.
Well, this would be a good time for it. Giants down 3-0. Table set. And let the big dog eat.
Cain with a big swing and a miss. No balls and 1 strike. Same spot, nothing in 2.
Away, keep that ball down.
And the 0-2 to Cain, and Cain takes a low. 1-2.
2 change up below the zone. Not an easy pitch to lay off of either.
And he got him in the inning. No runs. 2 hits, 2 left. After 2, it's the Pirates 3 and the Giants nothing.
To you by Heffernan Insurance Brokers. Insurance and financial services for you and your business. Visit hefins.com.
Here at AT Park, it's a 3-0 lead. 2 solo home runs in the second inning. One by Garrett Jones, the other by Jordy Mercer. And now it'll be the top of the lineup and Jose Tabata. Actually, that would not be true. It'll be Neil Walker who will lead things off. Walker singled in the first. Here he takes a strike at the knees.
Well, that's what you're looking at, knee-high strikes. That's his way of getting back into a good groove.
Sandoval will play in at third. Arias will play Walker to pull the ball. In the outfield, Blanco a little bit towards left center field. 2 balls and 1 strike. And the 2-1 pitch. Here it is. Swinging a bouncing ball, foul.
Ben Potenziano, our old pal, used to be part of the training staff here, is now the head trainer with the Pirates. Ben's got a World Series ring from 2010. Good man. Good trainer.
Down the left field line and out of play.
Hey, the gang's all here.
You know, for lack of sleep, Mom and Dad look pretty good.
Yeah, well, that's exactly right. They're getting 3 or 4 in every night.
And the 2-2 pitch. And he got him. And Walker knew it.
First time Walker's seen that curveball tonight. Cain saved it for a 2-strike surprise. Strikeout number 3. And Walker knew it. He didn't even have to wait for Carapaz's call.
Well, Matt Cain showed up with that pitch about, what, 7 years ago?
7 or 8. He was a 2-pitch guy, a 4-seam fastball and a big curveball. And he's learned 2 types of fastball, a changeup, a cutter, a slider. And he has learned how to read big league hitters, which, I mean, he can pitch. I can't give him a better compliment.
McCutchen knocked in a run with a base hit. He picked up his 73rd RBI as this one was fouled out of play.
Take a look at that first inning RBI for McCutchen. Look at the location. It was up. Boom. Little topspin liner into left field. Easy score. Jose Tabata.
Just outside, 1-2.
Nice, good 0-2 pitch though. Get a hitter to think. It's 50 pitches now. It's a lot of pitches.
So Cain, after allowing the 3 runs, trying to settle everybody down. And McCutchen's got a 1-out base hit up the middle.
Time now for our Geico quote. And it comes from Andrew McCutchen. They asked him about his chance to win a National League Most Valuable Player this year. He says, I don't think about it at all. It's something that I'm not concerned about or think about because it takes away from the team. It takes away from what's important. Individual accolades will take care of themselves at the end of the season. So true, so true.
So here's Alvarez, who struck out. He got the first out in the first inning. Cain will keep an eye on McCutchen. McCutchen just do about everything. He can hit the ball out of the park. He can steal bases. And he takes that curveball for a strike.
Talk about all the things McCutchen can do. Take a look at the things and how he ranks. Hits 3rd, on base percentage 3rd, batting average 4th, 5th in doubles, 8th in runs scored, 9th in RBIs. You put that all together, and that puts him right in the hunt for that MVP. Plus, if the Pirates get there after 20 years, I mean, he's going to be a pretty good argument.
Hit into the gap, and nobody's going to catch this one. McCutchen, who can low fly, and it's not going to matter. It bounces over the wall for a double. Boy, that ball got out there in a hurry.
The Giants catch a break with that ball going up in the stands. Well, Alvarez likes to get extended. That's where his strength is. He's a middle-away guy. They set up in the outside corner, and that ball just gets up. I mean, he's trying to nail that knee-high locator, and he missed it high by about 1.5 feet. And that's how fast it got out there. Just a little hand movement. You can see that bat head and that left hip firing right at the same time. Gets a lot of power from his lower body. Stays back, lets the ball travel, get in deep, goes the opposite gap, and that's just a perfect swing right there. But the pitch was right in his wheelhouse.
Curveball to Martin to strike. The Giants pull the infield in.
Strikeout situation. You're down 3-0 3rd inning. You got runners in second, third, 1 out. You're trying to strike this guy out.
And he's got him now 0-2 on the foul ball.
Martin has struck out 85 times on the year and 352 at bats, so he is a guy you can get with a whiff, but you have to make good pitches to do it.
See, the Pirates have managed to win a lot of games with an average that is just at 223 with runners in scoring position. Cain to Posey, and they got him. Everything had to work perfect in order to get to Speedy McCutchen, and it did.
Well, you're right. McCutchen's not going to give you a lot of time. It's got to be clean, and one of the toughest plays for a pitcher is to come in against your body's momentum and get control get the ball, and give a perfect feed, and it had to be a perfect feed. And the swipe tag from Posey, and Carapazza rings him up.
So here's Garrett Jones. Jones is going to hit one off the facing of the dugout.
Yeah, hopefully it was the facing.
Yeah, it was.
That thing was whistling. Are you talking about it? An extreme ugly finder. Look at this thing. Right off the facing. Earlier tonight, Garrett Jones hit one in the water. 91st splash hit since his ballpark has opened up. 28th by an opponent.
0-2. Buster Posey keeps Alvarez at third. This is the big fly that went into the water.
Up, out over the plate, and it had the sound, and this thing was a big one.
Arias is calling. Arias is catching. And Cain is going to pitch out of it here in the third. So the Giants keep it close. It's 3-0 Pirates.
Cache Creek's endless summers. Waves of cash every day. Visit cachecreek.com for details.
There's the Palace of Fine Arts. It's a beautiful shot. Three 0 Pirates on a beautiful night for baseball. And it'll be the top of the order for the Giants. Scudero struck out in the bottom of the first inning. And a strike at the knees, and it's 0-1.
Now, with the control that Locke has had to that outside corner, he's forcing you to go the other way if you're hitting off from the right side tonight. One thing the Giants have always done is they've made adjustments into that second at bat, what they see. And we mentioned before, there's only one guy that had any at bats on this Giants team ever against Locke, and it's Andres Torres, who's now on the disabled list, and he had 2, so nobody knows Locke.
I'll tell you what, he's missed maybe 6 pitches by about 3 inches on the inside corner. It's 3-1. He was 3-0 to Scudero in the bottom of the first inning, and he came back and struck him out. Scudero took a 3-1 pitch in the first inning. See if he takes the 3-1 pitch here.
David Giraffe, Buster, Crazy Eyes, Panda, we can do this. That's what's up.
And Scudero, no problems taking the 3-1 pitch. It's a full count.
They spent some time on their signs.
Well, they did.
Well done.
They did not do that in the car crossing the Bay Bridge. That's for sure. There's a walk to Scudero.
3rd walk from Locke. And I agree that when he misses, he hasn't been missing by much. You look at the 3 walks and as he enters the 3rd inning, which is a lot, you would think that he's having problems with his control, but he really isn't.
See Dave's new partners?
Yep, he works well with everyone. He just got back from the Little League.
He brought some with him. Anyway, Dave will be in here for the middle 3 innings. I'll head over to the KMBR side. Arias is going to take a strike on the outside corner. John Miller is on assignment. You know where John is?
No, we can't tell you. Just that he's on assignment.
Here's the 0-1 to Arias. 0-2 to Arias.
Nice changeup. Saw the graphic at the start of the game. You're going to get fastballs 66% of the time from Locke. So, I mean, if you're up there, you're going to look for him.
Arias thinking about something else as he gets caught looking.
Good changeup. Well, the Pirates series continues Saturday, Sunday, or Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And that's this Saturday, August 24th game, a 6:05 start. First 20,000 fans will receive a Giants fedora presented by Grayton Resort and Casino. And then on Sunday's game, a 1:05 start. First 30,000 fans will receive a Tim Lincecum Gnome presented by Coca-Cola and Lucky. Go to sfgiants.com and check it out.
Here's Belt. Belt drew a walk in the first. Swing, ain't gonna miss. No balls in 1 strike. A healthy rip. Buster Posey to follow. Belt shoots it up the middle for a base hit. Scudero wisely goes to 3rd. He's got a good swing going right now. And it really doesn't matter if it's against righties or lefties.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, he has got such a quick swing, and to think that it's coming from a guy 6'5" is what blows your mind. Not much of a load. Stays very square with his upper body. Very quiet through this. Not a big turn, which is a correction that they made here at this level. And with his new grip, his bat's a little flatter in the plane now. Making much more consistent hard contact. Just another good at bat. What an August he's having. It's called breakout month.
Here's Posey. And a strike to Buster Posey. A line drive to Garrett Jones in right field.
And you see how they set the defense. They pinch that gap in right center just a little bit. Give him the line in right field. Other than that, pretty straight away. see Andrew McCutcheon, the center field. Here's about 3 steps towards right center field gap. So it's a very modest shift, but they do feel that Posey is going to use the right side of the field if it goes into the outfield.
Two and one, not a Buster Posey. Three and one.
The 3-0 lead. This is not the time of the game where Locke would pitch around a hitter and give up a base. It really is challenge time.
High to left field and deep, and Tabado's going to make the catch, and tagging is Scudero, and the Giants are on the board. Just out in front a little bit.
Yeah, didn't quite have both legs into it. Kind of a one-cheek swing. But still, I guarantee he gave Jeff Locke a little bit of a thrill.
Well, a lot of ballparks, that's a big flag. So here's Pence. And Hunter Pence swings and misses at a pitch in the dirt.
Swung that curveball in the dirt. I think he set him up. I mean, not really, but
well, he might.
He swung at that like it's the first curveball he's ever seen.
You never know with Hunter.
Pretty deep set in the outfield from Andrew McCutcheon. I mean, that almost looks like doubles defense. Play your outfielders deep to prevent a double getting by you. Something you see more in the 7th and 8th inning, not the 3rd.
So the Giants get to Locke here in the 3rd for 1. And the 0-2 to Pence. And Pence takes up an in 1 and 2.
Kind of pitching him backwards. Opened up with a curveball, then he softballed him with a changeup. So he threw 2 pitches to start out to get to an 0-2, both soft, and then he tried to heat him upstairs with a fastball.
Two and 2.
So I remember in high school, you get ahead with a couple of fastballs, and you try and finish him with a curveball. Well, pitching backwards, you get to 2 strikes with a curveball, try and finish him with a fastball.
Two and 2 to Pence. Pence down the left field line. It is foul.
Guy catch that barehanded? This is a bullet right over the middle of the plate. Just hooks it a bit foul. I mean, he's going down the first base line, starting to measure. Then he realizes it's going to be in the seats. But watch the catch from the fan. Nicely done. I don't think that
full count.
I don't think that ball ever hit that guy's hands. Kind of hit the wrist, rolled up into the boiler area.
Well, he's a Spurs fan.
Well, that explains everything.
Usually used to a bigger ball. Bell to go. wrapped into center field, and McCutcheon's going to go back and make the catch to end the inning. Dave Fleming will be in. I'll be back in the 7th. It's a 3-1 lead for the Pirates.
Back from the Little League World Series, please welcome Dave Fleming. Welcome.
Well, I enjoyed Williamsport, but it's pretty nice to be here with this scene, this view.
I agree with you.
Nice to be back home in San
But you
Francisco.
did enjoy your trek to the
I enjoyed
land
it.
of the Little League.
It was fantastic. Those kids were really fun to watch.
It looked like you were having fun.
You can see why the team from Petaluma last year had such a great time. Meanwhile, the Giants, they showed a lot of life in that 3rd inning. Easily could have had more than just the 1 run. But the 3rd inning felt big, didn't it? Cain gets out of that jam in the top of the 3rd, and then the Giants get on the board. There's a strike to Gabby Sanchez. A lot of hard hit balls against Cain in the first 3 innings.
Well, he was up, and that's unusual. Doesn't make a lot of mistakes up unless he wants to elevate by design. But he usually sets that elevation by establishing the knee-high location, which he really couldn't do early on.
That ball hit him. Wow. And hopefully he's okay. Scudero scoops and gets the out. My goodness. Great play by Scudero, but much more concerned about Cain, who's being a tough guy out there. But that's scary.
I think that may have been close to his arm. I'm not sure where it hit him. This is not the first time this has happened this year. And Gabby Sanchez has got power, folks. When he hits him, they stay hit. Looks like it may have got him in the forearm or the right arm. Ooh.
Yep. I think right on the forearm, in between the elbow and the wrist.
The problem with it is that, you're going to have some adrenaline from this, and you say, okay, I think I can go, but in that it did hit a meaty part, it just starts to bite, and you get into a spasm. You can't get rid of it, and he's done.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
Well, I think also you just don't want to take a risk with any pitcher out there, but you got Cain on the mound. There's no reason to push it. So that's too bad. Bad break for Cain. Bad break for the Giants.
Wow. It looked like it may have got him a little bit higher. It got him up as high as even in the bicep. No, I think it was a forearm shot.
Wow. I think from that angle it was.
And that's one of those things too where you might not be able to make your start in 5 days. So Guillermo Moscoso is going to come in and he's going to get all the time he wants, which could be 25 or so pitches.
So that's a bad break for the Giants. We'll step aside when it's time for a change. Think Speedy Oil Change and Tune-Up, your oil change, tune-up, and smog experts. Be right back.
The CSN Giants. The question tonight: name the last Pirates player to lead the National League in home runs. Giants entertaining Pittsburgh tonight for the next 3 days.
So that's our question. The Pirates, here for 4 games total. There's the score, 3-1 Pirates. That's not really the story at the moment. We're in the top of the 4th, and a pitching change. The reason Guillermo Moscoso comes in the game is because Matt Cain took that line drive right off his forearm. So those are the numbers for Guillermo Moscoso, 4.08 2.08 ERA. He made a start. He's also been sort of the long man since joining the Giants.
Well, 20 strikeouts in 17 2/3 innings. That's great. That's fantastic. The 12 walks in 17 2/3 is not. And with Moscoso, he's either been outhouse or castle. He's been either really, really good or he hasn't been good. And you really know where he's at on that given day with how he throws the changeup. If he has good arm action on the changeup, then he's going to have a good night. But if he's pushing that changeup and he's goosing it up there, he's not. I saw Bruce Bochy heading down the stairs into the trainer room to see how his horse is doing. Obvious concern when you see Matt Cain have to leave a ball game because of being struck on the throwing arm by a sharp line drive off the bat of Gabby Sanchez.
So I want to ask you again, Mike, because you've said a couple interesting things. Former pitcher, you know what that feels like, at least to some degree. The initial feeling, the adrenaline can hide some of what's going on, but then you also said how sometimes you take a ball like that and the next start could be in jeopardy.
Well, it's happened to me several times, and every time it happened to me, I could not make the start on the 5th day. It just wasn't there. And when you have severe muscle trauma in one specific area, and you're going to have a compression bruise in that arm at some spot, and it's an intense injury, and it just takes a while for your body to recover and recuperate. And Cain's a good healer. He's proven that his whole career. He's a guy that bounces back quickly, and he's certainly not afraid to go out there and pitch when he's not 100%. But the way it hit him, it may be something that he at least has to have an extra couple of days. But he may surprise us all and say he's okay and be able to pitch on that 5th day. But no chance tonight, absolutely no chance. And he got smoked.
Yeah, and you saw the Giants not even messing around. Dave Gresher came out, Bruce Bochy came out, and Cain maybe had a moment there where he was trying to say, I'm okay. And there wasn't much thought put into it. He was coming out of it.
Once you get that type of an injury, it doesn't relax. Your arm doesn't relax. It stays in a spasm sort of state, and then that affects everything. You really can't do much. But the way that it hit him, I mean, you have to hold your breath until the x-rays are taken. I mean, we're all assuming it's going to be a bruise, a deep bruise, a muscle injury, but I mean, it really could be more.
Yeah.
That's how hard he was hit.
So we just hope that Matt Cain's okay. Moscoso got as much time as he needed. Now gives the go sign. He's ready to go. And the first hitter he'll face is the shortstop Jordy Mercer, who hit a home run his first time up. The Giants yesterday had to cover 5 1/3 innings with the bullpen after Zito got knocked out of the game. Mike Kickham, who did a lot of that work himself, was optioned down to Fresno today.
Well, because of Kickham, who threw 4 innings in yesterday's ball game, this bullpen is pretty rested.
Yeah, should be fine.
See the concern on Dave Righetti's face. Nice breaking ball for Moscoso. He's got a fastball that'll go low 90s, a good hard couple of breaking balls and a changeup. 4-pitch guy. Question I asked him when I was talking about what type of stuff he had when I first met him was, will you throw that changeup 3-2? Oh, absolutely, he said. And there have been times when he's been able to, and they've been good.
There's strike 3 called.
And there is that changeup.
Well, that's a good sign for Guillermo Moscoso.
No, you're right. I mean, that's the one pitch I think that really defines if he's going to have a good night.
Jeff Locke, who's had only 3 hits all year as a pitcher, comes up with 2 outs and the bases empty.
He's got a pretty good hack.
Yeah, the numbers, he took a couple close pitches, looked like he had an idea of the strike zone. I think they're missing a strikeout out there, by the way.
Yes, they are.
Time to put another one up on the board. Okay, well.
Nope, other way.
Yeah.
No, he took it. It's got to be backwards if he took a strike 3.
We'll work on that.
He got the number of them right.
Yeah. Locke, yeah, there's that cut you're talking about. Not a bad swing, but a foul ball. He's been a remarkable story, hadn't he, Jeff Locke, sort of out of nowhere.
Well, if you're going to have a good year, and the Pirates have had a great year, you need to have stories like Jeff Locke come out of nowhere and make the National League All-Star team this year.
That's pretty remarkable. Lowest earned run average away from home of any pitcher in the big leagues. Not a bad place to pitch in Pittsburgh. But when you are in that division and you go on the road, you got to go to Wrigley, got to go to Miller Park. There's some good hitters' parks in the National League Central. No Houston any longer, so one fewer, I guess. He's hanging in there against Moscoso.
Yeah, I guess with the Houston franchise going into the American League and evening out both leagues with 15 teams, the National League Central really benefited the most. It's a little bit easier to win there this year. You don't have to be the best of 6. You only have to be the best of 5.
Although getting to play the Astros a bunch of times, maybe not such a bad thing.
Recently.
Over many, many years, that was not the case.
And they'll be good again.
Yeah, we hear lots of talk when we travel around from scouts who scout the minor leagues, talking about the young talent that they have. They've got a lot of high draft picks.
Well, that's how you heal yourself up.
Locke strikes out swinging. They went with the breaking ball there. Moscoso gets 2 outs. Cain knocked out of the game. 3-1 Pirates.
the day before a night game. But today, Pablo did. He visited UCSF Benioff's Children's Hospital. He spent the day with kids. He said it was such an experience. He said it puts everything into perspective. He said several of those children, guys, they're fighting for their lives, and it puts everything right back where it should be. He did say after he left he was extremely emotional, and he brought the kids hats and balls, and they are huge Panda fans. Who wouldn't be? Good job, Pablo. Dave, Mike.
Thanks, Amy. And that's a great story. Pablo, he is so good with the fans.
He's one of those guys that can walk into a room and light it up and has all the time in the world for kids. And he's a pretty special people person.
Kids respond to the Panda.
Also, he looked pretty good in that golf shirt, didn't he?
He did. I mean, that was some visual evidence of the work he's put in to lose some weight this month. And those pounds they've come off. I think the Giants probably feel like there's still some more to go, but he's done a really good job. And I think you also sort of hope for his sake that this is going to be a permanent thing.
Well, what frustrates Brian Sabian and Bruce Bochy is they realize he's a special player, and they know that you can get away when you're young carrying extra pounds, but as you get older, the wear and tear of playing this game a long time, if you're carrying extra weight, it's going to cut your career short. And that's what they're trying to get across to him. Do yourself a favor. Help yourself out so you can have a full career. Don't take years off it because your weight gets away from you.
He's in a good hitter's count here, 3-1. Pablo, who hit into a double play his first time up. That one goes to the backstop. So Jeff Locke has walked another Giant.
4 walks now for Locke. All right, we're going to ask and answer our AT&T trivia question. Question tonight. Name the last Pirates player to lead the National League in home runs. Where's your base at? Well, Pops did. Willie Stargell, 44 home runs. Did it in 1973.
So it's been a while.
There's Pops.
So to speak.
Kinda.
Here's Brett Pill. Well, Pirates have a chance to end that streak this year with Pedro Alvarez. I think he's still tied, isn't he, with Paul Goldschmidt atop the National League leaderboard?
Well, yes, he is. Dominic Brown, Carlos Gonzalez, Jay Bruce round out the top 5 in the National League. The power's in the American League this year.
It really is. Well, we saw some of it here a couple weekends ago, didn't we? Chris Davis, that home run he hit.
It's the longest one hit to center field in a long time.
And it is interesting because in the American League, the guy who's 3rd in the league in home runs has that same number, 31. Pills hits one very hard, but foul down the left field line. Good swing by Brett Pill. So the numbers are pretty similar, American League, National League, other than the top 2 guys. Chris Davis and Miguel Cabrera have just separated themselves.
Miguel Cabrera, I think he feels that he can still win that home run crown.
Yeah. I hope he's healthy. He's starting to get a little banged up. Pill very softly, and that is going to be a base hit. It counts.
Do not ever apologize for him. Somewhere down the road, you hit a rocket at an outfielder that got caught. Pitchers, the last hitters, they always even out, and hitters will look at the pitchers and say, "What are you talking about?"
So now Gregor Blanco comes up. This is an interesting spot here in that it's the 8th spot on the order. The Giants could, with Blanco, play some little ball. You have the pitcher's spot coming up. Cain's already out of the game because he got hit by the line drive.
I think they need to get about 3 innings out of Moscoso. He's got a hit.
So Blanco, you would think, would not be bunting. He swings away and rolls one to second. The quick flip there, and they get just the out at first, at second rather. No chance to get the out at first. Sandoval over to third.
So, Pirates going to gather in the infield and talk about how they're going to play the bunt defense, anticipating that Moscoso is going to put one down. And everybody's talking on their glove.
Jason Stark wrote a piece today. Did you see that online about glove talking?
Yeah.
And it really is true. A lot of it is credited back to Will Clark against Greg Maddux, 1989.
Well, I mean, reading lips is not that hard when you're talking about fastball, curveball. You can see those things.
So here's Moscoso, 3-1 Pirates. Moscoso showing a bunt. He gets it down. It is not any kind of squeeze play. Martin will throw to first. So all it does is move Blanco into scoring position, accomplishes something. Pablo holds at third. 2 on, 2 out for Scudero.
So a job well done for Moscoso.
That's what they asked him to do.
That's his first successful sacrifice of the year.
Well, most relievers don't get a chance to hit much. When you're the long man, though, you do have to pay some attention to your hitting, being able to get a bunt down.
Well, he's been hitting with the starters for a while.
Yeah.
Hit there again today.
So that's the reason why for a spot like that. There's a called strike to Scudero, and I think you said it, Bruce Bochy, just feeling like Cain knocked out after 3 innings and a batter. Just didn't quite have the luxury of using a pinch hitter in that spot, with the potential to just chew through the bullpen all in one night. A hit here could tie the game. We got Blanco at lots of speed at second. Scudero, did he get that hit? He did. McCutcheon's got the good arm. Here comes his throw. Offline and late. Blanco scores. Martin throws into center field. And Scudero's into second. This game is tied.
How good did that feel? You want to know what therapy is for 41,000 people? A 2-out knock that ties a ball game. And Marco Scudero, Dr. Marco Scudero, just delivered. They try to go inside, and they throw it right to the glove. He just stays inside it and fights it off right back up the middle. A tough guy to jam. He just proved it there. Saw the rainbow throw from McCutcheon, not concerned about the back runner. And Ray Sears is going to come out, try and calm things down for young Jeff Locke. And with that, Pirates are going to get some activity in their bullpen.
Now, Giants have had good at-bats really all game long against Locke. Jeanmar Gomez is going to start to get loose. And Pablo Sandoval got it all started with a walk. That was the beginning of the rally. So they've been patient against Locke. They've hit some balls very hard and haven't always had a lot to show for him. This is a pennant race game for the Pirates. First place team. Cardinals have already won. The Reds have won. And these games are all huge for Pittsburgh. There's a lot of pressure in that division. Pirates lose. They're tied for first in the Central. So here's Joaquin Arias. A hit would put the Giants ahead, perhaps. He swings and misses for strike one.
I bet he throws him a changeup, and that may have been the message from Series to use your other pitches, especially on the first pitch.
I've hardly seen a breaking ball at all, just a few of them from Locke.
Yeah, he throws a lot of fastballs. He'll 2 and 4 seam, and he usually has pretty good command of the corners, especially away.
0-1. Arias hit a foul ball, strike 2.
And there's that breakup ball you're talking about. Yesterday, Arias got in the home run column with the long ball here. I mean, that was a big boy home run.
It was. His first home run of the year. So he got in that column, as he said. 0-2. Breaking ball. And that one, did it hit him? Arias is saying it did. He's limping around. The umpire, Carapazza, said no. If your hitter's limping.
And they might be able to find a little shoe polish on this ball, too.
Bam Bam just got it, and now he tells the bat boy, hey, bring this one out. They need to see that. Of course, now that it's already been in the dugout, the Pirates might be going, wait a minute.
I watched the back foot, his right foot. Got him right on the foot.
Definitely did. And he immediately started to limp. I mean, as an umpire, you better think that that guy's the best actor in the game. If you're going to say it didn't hit him.
Usually Mullins with the ball, basically pointing to the mark on it. I don't know if one of the other umpires is going to overrule this.
Yeah, that's a hard call to overrule. I don't see anybody stepping.
Did you see it? No. Did you see it? No. Did you see it? No. You? No.
Mm-mm.
What do you think?
Well, next year, maybe different, but they're not letting him go to first. I mean, it definitely hit him. There is no question about it. And Bruce Bochy's not happy.
Nor is Hensley Mullins.
No. Now, it's hard for a base umpire to come in and say, yeah, you're standing 2 feet away, but I saw it from 100 feet away. That's got to be the home plate ump. And Arias line drive caught at first. Good positioning by Sanchez. But the hit by Scudero ties it on to the 5th, 3-3.
Longest active postseason droughts on active teams. Well, the Royals lead the way with 27. As we mentioned, the Pirates this year, 20 years since they've been to the playoffs. Last time they went, Barry Bonds was a Pirate in 1992. Blue Jays 19, Mariners 11, and the Marlins round out the bottom 5. And that's our Coors Light Cold Hard Facts.
So they're desperate. I mean, they want to get back there.
Well, one thing, and the talents believe in it. Pittsburgh has absolutely got behind these guys this year, and it's really turned into a scene at PNC Park in Pittsburgh, one of the most beautiful ballparks on the planet. And what they've gotten into there is they wave flags. It's pretty cool.
They raised the Jolly Roger.
They raised the Jolly Roger.
One of the voices of the Pirates, Greg Brown. There he is. Sort of become a signature for him when the Pirates win. He says it with conviction. And that Jolly Roger, it's going up the mast in a hurry.
That's a good line. Bob Walk on the left of your screen there. Former big league pitcher for a long time with Atlanta and Philly and San Diego.
Look out.
Tabata gets hit. So the Giants, who scored a run in the third, then got 2 more in the last of the fourth, and have tied this game, and immediately the Pirates get a base runner. And that one just came way in. There was nothing Tabata could do.
He had nowhere to go.
And that's not a comfortable feeling. You square around to bunt, and you're basically just facing that ball coming in, and then it's coming right at you.
That is a bad feeling.
He's got an interesting tattoo on his neck.
Well,
I mean, you know,
I'm getting one.
You're kind of making a statement with that one.
I don't know if I'd put it on my neck, though.
Here's Neil Walker. Well, for the Giants, Guillermo Moscoso. Giants have new life in this game, and they're really leaning on him at least for an inning or 2 of work in middle relief. Cain, if you missed it, got hit. A line drive by Gabby Sanchez right back to him, and it went right off his right forearm, his pitching arm. And we haven't gotten any sort of definitive update from the Giants clubhouse yet about it, but he immediately came out of the game. There's that changeup in the dirt to Neil Walker. Well, Moscoso going to take a little walk. Moscoso, one thing he does, and we're still getting to know Guillermo. He hasn't been with the Giants that long. He can slow the game down with the best of them.
Yeah, he's deliberate.
You start to see, I mean, even Pablo Sandoval now, it's 1 batter into the inning, and Pablo's stretching out at third. That one close, but a ball. Fastball 2-0. So it can make it harder on a defense, I think. You get a pitcher who, when runners get on base, you want the pitcher to be deliberate, to make the pitch he wants, to be comfortable, but it can be hard to play defense behind a guy who takes this long. Walker hits a pop-up way up there. Now it'll be back into the seats. Yeah, good play.
Gamer babes. She brought her glove. Nice going.
Hey, she should be proud.
Is that Lisa Pantages?
It is.
There's Lisa.
Lisa didn't make the catch, though.
No, but she was smart enough to come with a friend that brought her glove.
Yeah.
Claudia, nice pick.
Yeah. Great job. We know Claudia. Next time we see her, that's a topic of conversation. Well, another one bouncing in the dirt, 3-1. So the command right now for Moscoso is a little shaky.
All right, let's take a look at Claudia's catch right here. Not a problem. Gamer babes. God bless them.
Well, Mijares is headed down to the bullpen. And this is 5 pitches after the Giants left Moscoso in to hit, because they figured he could eat up some innings in middle relief.
Well, he's a different pitcher this inning. I mean, last inning when the Giants were down 3-1, I mean, he was going great. Here, not the same release. He's got some push in it now. He's squeezing it.
That one is hit foul. Fastball right down around the knees. And the problem is you're getting right into the middle of the order here. The big hitters are starting to line up. Walker's a pretty good hitter. The guy on deck is one of the best. There he is. 2 for 2, 2 bullets. There goes the runner. The pitch is a ball. So a hit batter and a walk, and the Pirates have a rally. Remember, we were talking about how this tradition of the covering your mouth with your glove when you're talking on the mound. Here's what we were talking about, Mike.
Well, Will Clark on deck with Kevin Mitchell watching the conversation, and he saw that
Maddox said, I'm going to throw him a fastball. And with the bases loaded, he did throw him that fastball, and Will Clark hit a grand slam in what was an absolutely incredible postseason performance by Clark. He and Mark Grace teed off against one another. Grace for the Cubs, Clark with the Giants, of course. And they put on a clinic about how to hit. It was amazing.
Well, they're having a conversation here, Dave Righetti with Moscoso and Posey. 2 on, nobody out. There was some that piece. Everybody should check it out online. Jason Stark, one of the great baseball writers in the country, writes for ESPN.com about the whole tradition of covering your mouth with your glove out on the field when you're talking. And he mentioned there's some doubt about the veracity of that story. Hey, did Will actually read the lips there? We've talked to Will. Will swear absolutely he did. He did it. So big moment in this game right here. Best hitter for the Pirates with 2 on and nobody out. Ball 1. And right now Moscoso, the ball's just not doing what he wants it to do.
Well, some guys are better pitchers when they're behind in a game than they are when the score's tied or when they have a lead.
It was 3-1 Pirates. Now it's 3-3.
Not a reputation you want to have.
No. Mijares can't get ready fast enough. You have power hitting Pedro Alvarez on deck, and that may be Mijares' guy. Ball 2. Now, what a player Andrew McCutchen is. He runs the bases. He plays Gold Glove defense in center field, and he can hit.
And he knows the strike zone. He's not going to help a pitcher out that's nibbling.
On base average 397 for McCutchen, one of the best in the league. 3-0. And that's exactly what he's doing. And you're right. He's just not going to swing at that pitch. The guy who leads the league in home runs is on deck. And the bases are about to be loaded. Posey trying to help him with that target. That one missed the target badly. So the bases are loaded. Hit batter and 2 walks. Nobody out for the cleanup hitter. And Bruce Bochy doesn't look real happy. He's coming out to make the change. Mijares is coming in a very tight spot. Tie game here in the 5th when it's time for a change. Think Speedy Oil Change and Tune-Up. Your oil change, tune-up, and smog experts. As he inherits bases loaded, nobody out.
Well, he's got to attack the zone. I mean, and that's, I'm sure, the last thing that Bruce Bochy told him. You see his numbers, 52nd time he's come in. He's throwing the ball well. I mean, he's got just about a 3-to-1 strikeout walk ratio and more strikeouts than innings pitched. That tells you he's got great stuff. And this is a strikeout situation. You pitch for the ground ball early, you get to a 2-strike, then you start to go for the strikeout. You got to get in that strike zone now.
League leader in home runs with the bases loaded, and that's ball one. It's a rally for free. We call it that sometimes.
Well, hit batsman 2 walks, you bet.
Right after the Giants tied the game in the bottom of the 4th. Alvarez hits a high, deep drive to right center field. Pence and Blanco going back, and it's bouncing up on the track and up over the wall. 2 runs will score. McCutchen, because of that bounce, has to stop at third. That's the second time that's happened to Alvarez in this game. It's 5-3 Pittsburgh, and they're set up for more. And that's what happens when you load the bases with walks and hit batters.
It's hard to watch if you're Moscoso because you created it all for free. But Maharis had no choice. He has to get in the strike zone. And Alvarez knows it. He's looking for a cripple out there across the middle of the play at the belt. That's exactly what he gets. And with his power, he can hurt you. The Giants catch a break. Second time tonight, a ball has gone into the stands and has prevented more runs from scoring.
Alvarez would have knocked in 4 in the game. Instead, he's knocked in 2 because of those 2 bounces. Russell Martin takes strike 1. Fastball on the outside. But an answer for the Pirates after the Giants scored to tie the game. They are right back in front. And really the pressure on the Giants defense here. The infield has come in. Ball 1. Martin's sort of like McCutchen in that on base average is way up over the batting average. So even just a quick look at that tells you he's not often going to chase out of the strike zone.
Good player.
Yeah, he's been a difference maker for the Pirates. Pops that one to right field, but carrying pretty well. Pence makes the catch. McCutchen with his great speed, so no chance to throw him out. He'll score, and also deep enough to where Alvarez moves to third. It's 6-3.
That's a nice at bat. Just played the situation. Needed a fly ball deep enough to score the run. Gets it.
You get the bonus too. You get that guy over to third. Now another fly ball could be an extra run.
Well, we do have some good news, Dave. We were getting some information now from Matt Cain. He does not have we should look at McCutchen getting down like it's a track meet, running the 30-yard dash. And that may be Usain Bolt speed.
I love it. Don't take anything for granted. Play the game hard. Anyway, Matt Cain news.
It's a contusion on the forearm. X-rays were negative, so that is good news.
The contusion could still be a problem, but X-rays negative is very good news. Because he really, the line drive he took off his forearm was hit right back at him.
Nice play by Buster Posey.
Yeah, very nice play. It's a lonely feeling for a catcher when you watch a rally like this where the pitcher in this case just can't throw a strike. And that was Moscoso. He's out of the game. Strike 1 swinging. 2-1. Jones hit a big boy home run his first time up.
Water shot, 91st time that the ball has gone into McCovey Cove. 28th time by a visiting player.
Foul ball, strike 2. Well, that's a pretty cool look. The moonrise up over the East Bay Hills. Looking down on San Francisco Bay. Sort of blocked from our view, and I think probably many fans inside the ballpark because of the big scoreboard out in center field, but won't be long before everybody gets treated to that. This is what we were talking about, Matt Cain, if you missed it earlier in the 4th, with Sanchez as the hitter.
Gary Sanchez took a fastball at the belt right back up the middle, and it hits Cain on the forearm of his throwing arm, and that was the last pitch that he threw tonight. Trying to squeeze some life back into it, could not do it, but the X-rays were negative, so that is good news.
Full count to Garrett Jones. Pops it up. Sandoval Posey coming over, but that one over the seats and up on the concrete. Another pitch to Garrett Jones. 3 runs in here in the 5th for the Pirates. Still only 1 out. Cardinals have won. Reds have won. Pirates a game ahead of St. Louis. 2.5 games ahead of the Reds at the start of the day. Check swing foul. Dodgers also gained a game on the Diamondbacks. Dodgers got a win and Arizona lost a real tough one. Diamondbacks threw 4 wild pitches in that game in Cincinnati, and that helped the Reds get those 2 runs.
Tough way to lose this time of year.
So they're 9.5 behind the Dodgers in the West. That ball is hit deep but foul. Not quite into the water.
Tallest guy gets it.
Well, when you tower over everybody by 8 inches, you should get it.
And looks like he didn't spill his pink lady either.
Tough guy out there. Ball 4.
All right, let's take a look. If it hops up off a hand and it pops in the air, the big guy's going to get it.
You made me laugh with that one. That was a good one.
Well, I'm impressed. Didn't spill a drop.
So here is Gabby Sanchez. Last time he was up, we just showed you that play. Hit the ball off of Cain. Hits this one to right center field. We'll see if it's deep enough. It's Alvarez at third. Pence, who's got the good arm. Here comes the throw, and it's cut off. Really no chance for Pence from that angle. So the sacrifice fly for Sanchez. 2 outs. Another run for the Pirates at 7-3.
So every one of the free gifts at 90 feet have scored here. The hit batsman, the 2 walks.
And that is discouraging for the Giants.
Yeah, it really is. But they do have time to respond.
I mean, this is a 4-run inning with 1 hit and no errors. Throw to first, and Garrett Jones gets back.
Junmar Gomez, the right-hander in the Pirates bullpen, the way that he's warming up, I believe Jeff Locke's night might be done.
Well, that's interesting.
It is interesting because a starting pitcher always tries to get 5 innings to qualify for a win, especially when he has a 4-run lead.
Did you see how Brian Wilson made his Dodgers debut today?
Pitched an inning, had a couple strikeouts,
Yeah.
gave up a hit.
Yeah.
Did not look right having that uniform on that body, I got to tell you.
Way up and outside to Jordy Mercer, ball 1.
But it is an amazing story coming back from the second Tommy John to get back in the big leagues.
Yeah, I mean, I think I'll speak for myself. Very mixed feelings about that, about what he meant to this team, about seeing him in Dodger blue. But for a guy who really wants to be back out there, you know today was a big day for him.
He worked hard to get back.
Ground ball. Arias going to be a tough play. Really kind of a do or die effort there. May not have mattered, and he couldn't quite make the play.
Base hit all the way.
Yeah, that's hard to. He's trying to do that swipe where he can sort of pop up right in the middle of fielding the ball.
He's playing towards the bag at second. Now he comes across his body and he's trying to slide into it, doing a spin move where he can get a quick throw to second. Just off the tip of his glove.
And that is a hit, and Locke is staying in. So I'm not sure what Gomez is doing down there. I mean, it's not a side session. It's just not sure what is going on.
This time of year, in dog days, you wouldn't have a relief pitcher out there getting loose like he is unless he was coming in the game. See, you bring your glove.
Impressive friend.
And he gives it right up.
0-2 in the dirt. Then a long inning for Posey. Lock, ground ball, base hit into left field. Look how shallow Pill is playing. So Jones has to stop at third. He's practically an extra infielder. But Jeff Locke has just his 4th hit of the year. Dave Righetti's coming out.
Yeah, this is going to be a little speech from Righetti. Number one question is going to be, are you okay? Yep, I'm fine. Okay, well then, here's what we need to do. A couple suggestions would be to mix your first pitch. Don't be predictable to the fastball. Change your grip on the fastball. Instead of the 4-seam, throw a 2-seam.
And finally, make sure you cover your mouth with your glove when you're talking to me here.
That's right. Your breath is gnarly, so please cover your mouth with that glove.
Well, there's nobody warming in the Giants bullpen, so you're right. It's not a meeting to stall for time. There's something substantive there. Jose Tabata, who has singled, been hit by a pitch, scored 2 runs. Up for the 2nd time in the inning. The Pirates have batted around. That's strike 1.
And I do believe that he did give him just a little bit of a breather going out there, just as this inning has run long for Mijares. I mean, he's 22 pitches into this inning. That's long for a reliever. And Mijares has been steady. I mean, he's been getting lots of work. The bullpen's been getting a lot of work.
Yep.
A lot of starts here in the last week where the Giants haven't been able to go deep in the game. And the bullpen's had to eat up those innings. And the Giants don't get another off day until a week from today.
That's a long run of baseball in the middle of August, getting to late August.
Well, and you're really starting to feel it here too. And this is really when you're most susceptible as a pitching staff. Everybody's tired. You need to get to September 1st where you can expand your roster and you can bring in some more help, some more arms.
That ball is hit and just spins foul. Well, Belt knew he had no play on it, and he was trying like heck to get to the ball. Tabata nearly had a base hit that would have scored a couple runs.
Well, you can see Belt's playing way off the line. Tell you what, that's close to being fair.
Where the ball is when it crosses the bag, when it passes first base, is how you rule fair or foul.
Just has to be hit on the ground fair before it gets the bag, before it goes over the bag. It doesn't have to land in the fair ground past the bag. Gary Cedarstrom, the first base umpire, making the call.
That one is hit into the gap in left center field, and that may score more than 2. Jones is in. Right behind him, Mercer. Here comes a pitcher, Locke, chugging around from first. He comes in to score. Tabata with a bases clearing double. My goodness, what an inning for the Pirates. They lead 10-3. Well, it all started a long time ago when he got hit by a pitch to begin this 5th. And that was sort of the exclamation point on the 5th inning for Pittsburgh. So here's Neil Walker. Ball 1 to Walker. Fastball does not have a lot of life on it from Mijares.
It's a long inning like this. When you've been getting a lot of steady work and you've been running out there 4 times a week pretty steadily, it can eat up a lot of arm strength.
That one hit toward the middle. Arias scoops it up, throws out Walker, and at long last, the Pirates are retired. But 11 men bat, 7 score. It's a 10-3 game.
Night, the first 20,000 fans to enter the gates receive a bullpen rock poster, and there's also a special event package for this night that includes a ticket to the game versus the Rockies and an Elvis Presley Giants bobblehead. So for tickets, go to sfgiants.com/special events. Reminder, to receive the Elvis bobblehead, you must purchase the special event ticket package.
Just what we've needed here at AT&T Park. Elvis night.
Absolutely.
So, well, you speculated. You saw this, Mike, and it is interesting. When it's time for a change, think Speedy Oil Change and Tune Up, your oil change, tune up, and smog experts. The new pitcher, Jonmar Gomez. In a game like this, Locke needed just another inning to get a win, but maybe the Pirates looking at an innings limit for a young left-hander, and they need him down the stretch, and they're just thinking, hey, let's save some pitches tonight. Forget about the win.
Well, again, Cole is a young pitcher. And this is the time of year you start to see young guys get a little arm weary, and that's probably what they're doing here. I said Cole, I believe. I meant Jeff Locke.
Brandon Belt takes ball one. Well, the game just totally changed. Giants scored twice in the bottom of the fourth. They tied it up. And now 7 runs later, they're down 10-3. Belt to first. Fielded cleanly by Sanchez. Gomez covering out number 1. It's interesting in some ways. I mean, Jeff Locke probably won't be happy because you're a pitcher. You look at that win total. With Posey coming up. But in some ways, it's also the perfect kind of night to save some pitches, save a young arm, and hope you have him strong down the stretch.
4 walks was kind of a red flag.
Yeah.
I think they were concerned about the slot that he was in tonight. Now, Gomez is a guy that the Pirates got from the Cleveland Indians in January. A guy who's always been a starter in the Indians organization. And he's got a real good sinker on the fastball. He'll throw low 90s. He'll also cut the ball, a curveball, slider, changeup, the things that you would see a starter have. So he can give you a lot of different looks. And a very durable arm. He's your long relief swingman.
Yeah, he's a pretty good one. Nice guy to have on a staff. Good slider there, strike 2. Posey's hit 2 balls hard. One nearly a home run that was a sacrifice fly. Another one a line out. That one almost hits him. And fastball had a lot of movement to it. From the windup, his 2-2. Hit foul.
Little cutter. So a two-seam fastball way off the plate inside, almost hits him. Comes back and paints him on the outside corner with a little cutter. And I mean, it was perfect location. Posey did well to just fight that one off.
Lives to see another pitch. And that's the one he sees. A fastball, hits it foul.
Nice play.
You don't necessarily expect to get a foul ball when you're sitting there. Got the overhang if you're in the suites.
Yeah, you do not see many go up there.
Posey to third. Alvarez throws him out. Happy birthday.
Hey, it's my birthday. Nice going. 2 ground balls from Janmar Gomez, and that is no surprise.
Hunter Pence, who's lined out, and that ball was just crushed to center field, and also has walked. Yeah, we've seen that slider. We've seen a cutter at a different velocity. We've seen 2 different fastballs. He's hardly been in the game, and we're seeing a pretty good repertoire.
And he's throwing strikes with everything, too. So, I mean, a lot of relievers out there with 2 pitches, 3. You don't see a lot of guys that can give you as many different looks as Gomez. He's having a nice year.
Did he go? He did. Hey, you have a guy like this on a staff, he can be huge. For several years, we saw Guillermo Mota as a Giants long man. You get behind, but a long man who's a good pitcher keeps you in games, gives you a chance to steal a few wins coming from behind, save the rest of your bullpen. Pence up the middle. Mercer has to hurry, and just in time. The Pence is gone. Gomez a nice strong 1-2-3 inning. 10-3 Pirates. Hit here in the 6th. He was a big part of the Pirates rally in the 5th inning. Pittsburgh has opened this game up 10-3 the score. McCutchen has not made an out in this game. Mijares staying in. I'm not sure what that pitch was. 85 miles an hour. It looked like the fastball, but that breaking pitch is low. 2-0. McCutchen 2 singles and a run driven in against Cain. Cain had to leave the game. A comebacker off his forearm. McCutchen's also walked. Ball 3. There's a strike from Mijares.
Got some bullpenners on this Giants bullpen staff that they're getting steady work. It does take its toll.
Yeah. I think that's pretty true with Mijares here. It looks to be the case. Well, it's time for our McDonald's True Stories, and this date in Giants history, August 22nd, back in 1993, that very special season. Giants were down 6-2 going into the 8th inning of that game. Bond sac fly. Willie McGee had a big hit, but Robbie Thompson with a 2-run homer, and the Giants had a dramatic come-from-behind win over the Marlins. Robbie Thompson, part of that great Giants team that somehow came up a game short. Well, Posey's coming out. That pitch was not close. Mijares, right now, he's just got nothing. And you kind of feel for a guy who's out there with very much less than his good stuff.
No, they're not going to let him get hurt. So there's definitely a red alert down there in the bullpen.
And Machi is getting ready as fast as he can.
But you're right, Mijares has got nothing. He's gassed.
Pedro Alvarez, who hit the double against him to knock in 2 runs last inning. He spins a little breaking ball in for a strike. And Matt Cain, who got hit by that pitch. The Giants are going to shift now after that strike. So there you see the infielders shuffle around. Sandoval alone on the left side. That went way up and in. He got a little extra on that fastball, but it missed badly.
Well, that's what happens. I mean, you check that velocity meter up there on the board. You know how fast you're throwing or how fast you're not throwing. And if you're not putting up your normal number, his normal number is 92, 94. You start to try and add. You fly that front shoulder. You start to miss high.
2-2.
But they remember Clemente, the great Roberto Clemente.
One of the all-time great Pirates. One of the all-time greats in the game. Strike 3 called. Alvarez does not agree. Out number 1.
Well, I do think he has a pretty good argument, but I think that Vic Arapaza perhaps looking for a strike there. Not going to make Alvarez feel any better.
No.
That was a ball.
Russell Martin, who knocked in a run with a sac fly in the 7-run 5th inning. And that's ball 1 to Martin.
Little cutter, even the count.
The Giants were waiting for a signal from the bullpen to tell them that Machi was ready to go. And I think they've gotten that signal now.
Oh yeah, he stopped throwing. He's good to go.
That one is hit to center field. Blanco is right there. 2 down.
Tell you what, though, I mean, Mijares is one of those guys that you'll ask him every day, how you feel? I'm fine. I can give you an inning. I mean, he'll go out there with nothing, and he's proved it tonight. Well, NBC Bay Area Investigative Unit led by Tony Kowaleski. They're an award-winning team of 14 journalists dedicated to holding the powerful accountable. And you can check out this investigative unit on NBC Bay Area. We investigate.
Garrett Jones takes a strike. I think it's a good point you make. A guy who's just willing to take the ball no matter what, no matter how he's feeling.
Well, that's how you endear yourself to your teammates, to your pitching coach, to your manager. And Mihars is one of those guys. He's fearless. He'll take the ball. And he wants to give Bruce Bochy another inning, and he's one strike away from doing it with below average stuff.
Yeah, that's pretty remarkable. Now you can just see the body language out there. He knows it's not a secret. But he's trying. Jones has homered and walked, has scored a couple of runs. Strikes out swinging. Well, Jose Mihars found a little something extra there and gets through the sixth. Nicely done. 10-3, Pirates lead.
Of people earlier today at the McCovey Annual Golf Classic. It raises money for the Giants Community Fund, and boy, did it raise some dough, $120,000. It featured former Giants like Willie McCovey, Will Clark, Kirk Reeder, Sean Estes, Rob Nen, Rich Aurelia, JT Snow, and of course our own Mark Gardner. There was 30 in all, guys. Celebs got to golf with about 150 fans. Good day. Harding Park. Can't go wrong if you golf there, guys.
Yeah, well, I mean, I know everybody had fun out there, and that's a great group of Giants who show up to support Stretch and the Junior Giants program. Nice job. Gomez in relief for the Pirates. Strike one to Pablo Sandoval. It's good to see Pablo back on the field tonight. Pablo had missed a couple games with a little back problem.
Yeah, Giants got hit with a lot of cross-country flights, and sooner or later somebody's going to pay the toll, and it was Pablo with a stiff back. Well, you want to find great ticket deals for future Giants home games? Go to Dynamic Deals page at sfgiants.com/Dynamic Deals. Take advantage of the $15 view level Dynamic Deal on Saturday, August 24th. That's this Saturday. It's Fedora Giveaway Day. Giants taking on the Pirates at 6:05. Again, that's sfgiants.com/Dynamic Deal to purchase tickets.
I am going to do the play-by-play, I promise. I sort of just ignored that ground ball. Just play-by-play of the tugboat out there. That's a pretty cool sight out on the bay at nighttime. Oh, going dark. Undercover.
It was great when I was playing in Philadelphia in 1982. My roommate was Tug McGraw. And that summer, they christened a brand new tugboat there in Philadelphia. They named it the Tug McGraw.
Well, in a lot of ways, sort of perfect. Not a yacht, not something fancy.
It was It's very fitting.
Just a worker. Bill has had some good swings tonight. He's 2 for 2. Yeah, that is not the Tug McGraw.
No, he's a tugboat guy. Tug, a Bay Area guy.
Yeah, that's pretty sweet.
He's one of the best teammates I ever had. Great guy. His brother Hank still in the area. Comes to a lot of Giants games. Watches.
Hi, Hank. Well, Pill trying for his second little infield hit. Not this time, though. 2 down. And Gregor Blanco comes up. Tug's son has sort of gone on to some pretty big things.
Tim McGraw? Yes, he has. He's done quite well for himself.
Tim could have that yacht, and I think it would fit.
Oh, yeah. Oh, he could go much bigger, too.
So we saw the Tug McGraw, we saw the Tim McGraw. But another good guy. I know you've gotten to know him over the years.
Well, he's a hit in my house. Well, that paper just happened to blow into his lap.
So why not check out what's going on?
I have seen that happen. Where a candlestick, a paper comes across and wraps itself around the leg of a pitcher, takes it off his leg, picks it up, looked at the paper, tore a little piece of an article out, or like an advertisement or a coupon, put it in his pocket, and then let the paper just blow away. It's hysterical.
That's pretty good. That one almost snapped back to the strike zone, but a ball, 2-1.
That was family hanging in there.
Yeah. And well bundled for the night, although it's comfortable out here. Blanco ahead of the count, 3-1. Maybe the first Giants hitter to get ahead of the count against Gomez. At least get into a count like this. Gomez has been pounding the strike zone. He misses there, though. He thought he had it. Ball 4. We'll get a chance to see Roger Kishnik come up to the plate and hit.
Yep, got his headphones on, listening to Kipe over in TMBR.
Speaking of, he'll be back with you in the 7th inning. And I hope he keeps those on when I go back on the radio broadcast.
Oh, absolutely he will.
Kishnik hits one well to center field. McCutchen spins around, sprints back, makes a catch. That was interesting, but he got the job done. So Kite will come back over here with Mike. It is 10-3 Pittsburgh.
and so far it has been all Pittsburgh with a big 7-run fifth inning. 10 runs, 11 hits, no errors, 3 runs, 5 hits, no errors. Matt Cain had to lead the game in the 4th inning, being hit on the arm by a line drive off the bat of Gabby Sanchez. The X-rays proved negative. The big hitter tonight for Pittsburgh has been Jose Tabata. 3-run double. He scored a couple of runs. And that is your Toyota game summary, brought to you by your local Toyota dealer. When it's time for a change, think Speedy Oil Change and Tune-Up, your oil change tune-up and smog experts. It's going to be Gene Machi on the hill now for the Giants. 35th time he's come in. 2-1 with the 3.22 ERA. Top of the 7th, 10-3 Pirates. Here again, Dwayne Kuiper.
All righty. So here's Gabby Sanchez. So anything exciting happened while I was gone?
No.
So 1-0 to Gabby Sanchez, who, what I thought, after watching the replays and watching the expressions of the trainers and manager, I thought he broke Matt Cain's arm. This is Sandoval to Bell.
The thought absolutely crossed our mind as well. You're just doing crush line drives, hitting you as hard on the arm like Matt Cain was hit. But the X-rays did come back negative. So if there is any good news coming out tonight, that would be it.
So here's Mercer. Mercer homered in the 2nd, struck out in the 4th, singled in the 5th. And a strike, and it's 0-1. Gomez is on deck. Gomez came in for Locke. And you wonder why Locke came out. I mean, if he knew that he was going to come out of the game, he probably would have made out on purpose. Not have to run the bases. The manager probably thought he was tired, for crying out loud.
It is unusual to see a starting pitcher leave after 4 innings when he's got a large lead.
And he hit.
And he hit. But I just think that the Pirates thought he was not in a good slot, that he was taking a lot out of his arm. This is a young pitcher who is getting into the dog days when arms do get tired. And I think that, they took him out with the big picture in mind.
Two and two, not a Mercer.
And it happens this time of year. I mean, if you're in a 3/4 slot, which is a normal slot for a pitcher, this time of year, guys will lower. Their slot will go down 3 or 4 or 5 degrees, and it's tough on a shoulder. And it's caused by one thing: fatigue. And you see it especially with young pitchers who are pitching out a lot of innings for the first time. Jeff Locke, the first half, I mean, it was a remarkable first half. He made the National League All-Star team. Since the All-Star game, he has not been anywhere near the same type of pitcher. And a lot of the people in Pittsburgh believe it's from fatigue.
Well, he still got yanked where he probably was going to pick up his 10th win.
Yeah. Well, he had 4 walks in 4 innings, and he just started to struggle a little bit, so they got him out.
Hook foul. Look out.
Bob Nealis, our ball dude down there on the third base side tonight, no chance on that one. Yep, and there is Ingrid Baxter. She is our ball babe on the first base side. Very serious. She wants to play.
Got him.
Nice split. Well, MLB.TV celebrates 11 years, and you can catch the rest of the 2013 season in HD quality. When you're away from the Bay Area and you can't watch the Giants live, you can take your team with you with MLB.TV on more than 350 mobile and connected devices. Visit MLB.TV today. Baseball everywhere.
Here's Gomez. Gomez hitting for the first time. I think Vic Carapazza has opened up the strike zone just a little bit. And why not?
Well, I appreciate that.
Here's the 0-1 pitch, and it's a strike, nothing in 2.
He's got a pretty big zone anyway, but I am not opposed to it. Did you ever want an umpire game?
No. Nope. 0-2 pitch. Hit on the ground, foul.
Well,
all you got to do is umpire a little league game and know that you don't want to umpire a big league game.
I think it's easier to umpire a little league game than a big league game.
No, you might get yelled at by a manager, but when you start getting yelled at by parents, it's different. Especially when it's your neighbor.
Well, yeah, that can be a bit stressful.
And that will end the inning as Machi gets the strikeout. Giants are coming up. 10-3 Pirates. Good ball game until the 5th when the Pirates dropped a 7 spot on the Giants. Stay tuned immediately after Giants baseball for Esurance Giants post-game live highlights, reaction, analysis. It's all coming up right after the game.
All right, the Panda people are here. Yep. Easy. You lost the hat. Oh, guys going, what is going on, Dad?
Nick Noonan's going to pinch hit. So Noonan's going to hit for Scudero. So our first look at Nick Noonan. Well, obviously, he just got here today.
You know, it's time for ice cream and berries. What do you think?
I think about 15 minutes into the 5th inning, it was time for ice cream and berries.
Hard to say no to ice cream and berries.
So here's Nick Noonan. Noonan, while he was here, as he looks at a pitch that's wide, hit .213 with 5 RBIs. Had some early success. And then, like a lot of young players, if you don't get a chance to play all the time, you get your at-bats once, twice, 3 times a week. It's just not going to work. Backpedaling is Mercer, and he's going to put it away. Noonan gone. And that'll bring up Joaquin Arias. Arias is 0 for 3. Is our group taking a hike?
Yeah, I think they're heading home. The Nokomis from San Francisco. That's a good looking boat right there.
So here's Arias with 1 out. We're in the 7th. Arias taps it foul, and it's 0-1.
They got it going out there. She's feeling it. I don't know about this guy, though.
Hit on the ground, foul.
All right, here we go. Yeah! Bob Nealis making a play. Let's go, Bob. So you don't want to be an umpire. Would you like to be a ball dude?
No. You can keep trying, though. No balls and 2 strikes.
Well, I mean, umpires don't get stools. At least a ball dude gets a stool.
1 and 2.
And I think over the years, they've softened up on the ball dudes. They're giving them pillows now.
Well, if I could sit down there and have a glass of wine, I'm in.
Well, not a problem.
Here's a 1-2 pitch. Arias is gone. 2 outs, and that'll bring up Belt. For Gomez, that's his first strikeout. So the guy's got some popcorn. Following his sister around. He's not sharing either. Here's the pitch to Belt. Belt is 1 for 2, and he takes low. Out of play.
Good swing. Yep, high fives around. You make a play up in the stands tonight, baby.
The 1-1 to Belt. And inside corner 1 and 2.
Nice pitch, front door sinker. That gentleman made a fan for life. That's a player right there.
Yeah, but they can't share that ball. They got to cut it in half. Dad's going to have to referee here. Hey, knock it off. Heard that before.
Yeah, I've given that speech. I think I gave it today, as a matter of fact.
And now look at this one on the right. It's like, oh, thanks, Dad. I had it. 3 boys and 1 ball. That doesn't work.
No, that's not good.
Not unless you're going to play 3-corner catch. That's it. Belt shoots it foul. Well, you keep it in that spot, and it's going to be yours.
Yeah, he is not sharing either. No. Hey, let me see it. No, I'm not even looking at you. Nope, no.
Yeah, see, it was mine. I had it first. No, come and get it. And McCutcheon will put it away to end the inning. Come on, I'll give you some popcorn for that. Forget it. No, that's not going to happen. Forget it.
Is brought to you by Xfinity, home of the most live sports.
(10-3) Pirates. How about the fog and the lights on the bridge? Very nice.
It's always spectacular. Walk underneath that today, you look up at it and you just shake your head. Wow.
Trying to get home last night after the game?
How was it?
You would not have said wow.
Yeah, I can make you talk to yourself.
Here's Tabata, who takes a strike, and it's 0-1. But we as Northern Californians get used to that. 0-1 to Tabata. Tabata on the ground and a base hit past Newman. All right, let's check in with Amy G. She's going to perk things up. Amy.
I'm definitely going to try. And we have a new Humvee with Brandon Crawford. It's brought to fans by Acura, and it is available at tsnberry.com. Brandon and I talk about how his alma mater won the College World Series. Of course, he's a UCLA Bruin. And we talk about Pittsburgh Pirate Garrett Cole. He's got to play against him. Garrett is dating Brandon's sister. Hey, good thing they like each other. It's a pretty fun interview. tsnberry.com. Humvee.
Yeah, well, they say they like each other.
Yeah, for now.
Here's Walker.
As soon as one guy gets ownage on the other one, that will stress the relationship.
That'll be the end of it. Foul to the backstop.
Garrett Cole not going to pitch in this series.
Yeah, he pitched yesterday. No balls and one strike. Gene Machi replacing Maharis, who replaced Moscoso. Here's the 1-1. Very high, 2 balls and 1 strike.
Right underneath that split a little bit. Got to keep that elbow high above that shoulder. Keep that release point out front. Otherwise, you get push in your delivery, and then, well, then you miss at bad spots.
Two 1 pitch. 3-1. Still here.
Well, you can tell there's no wind tonight.
Hot chocolate, you think?
Oh, yeah.
I guess if it's got a lid like that, it's a hot chocolate.
Moon's out.
Driven well into center field. Blanco back. Blanco's going to put it away. Walker can't believe it. He thought he had a big fly.
Well, get up to the minute you're up with Today in the Bay. See breaking news, your weather forecast, and real-time traffic. Watch Today in the Bay weekdays starting at 4:30 a.m. on NBC Bay Area.
Here's McCutcheon, who's been on base 4 times. 2 singles, 2 walks. He's knocked in a run, and he has scored a run. And the pitch. And that's hooked foul.
McCutcheon does not lack for bat speed.
That was 92 mile an hour fastball.
Now, I don't think that doll is part of the blanket. That looked pretty good, didn't it?
Yeah, it did. 0-1 to McCutcheon. 1 ball and 1 strike.
Hey, it's my birthday. All right. It's my birthday. It's my birthday. That's how you're supposed to look on your birthday.
1 ball and 1 strike. Driven to right, but it's right at Pence. So much he's given up a couple of balls hit pretty hard, but nothing. And here's Pedro Alvarez, who's had some good at bats in this game. They're waiting and ready,
which makes them wetty.
They like it when the fans leave a little earlier than usual, especially in the bleachers. Here's Alvarez, 2 for 4. No balls and 1 strike.
Yep, they're feeling it. It's just getting close to football season.
Couple of good back-to-back splits. It's 0-2.
Tell you what, that is a good split. He keeps that elbow high and gets a nice release position. That thing is, that's a good one. To righties, lefties, bring it on.
And he threw him 3, and he got him to swing and miss on all 3. Bottom of the 8th coming up. 10-3 Pirates.
Francisco Giants and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of San Francisco Baseball Associates, LLC.
(10-3) Pirates are in the bottom half of the 8th inning. It's time for a change. The Speedy Oil Change and Tune-Up. Your oil change tune-up and spa experts. Jared Hughes, the new pitcher. 22nd game that Hughes has come into, 2-3 with a 3.80 ERA. And for Hughes, when you see him, you're going to see hard sink. He's got a good one. A low 90 sink with a hard slider. And basically fastball, a sinker slider guy. Felix PA is in the game. He goes to center field.
Hector Sanchez will hit for the first time. And Sanchez, a switch hitter, takes a strike. We're in the 8th. In a ball game that, simply put, that got away from the Giants in the 5th inning after they had tied the game. Cain left with an injury. 1-2 to Sanchez.
That's big time movement on a sinker. I tell you, it's kind of a dying breed. You don't see big, heavy power sinkers coming up in this generation of player like you saw in previous generations. And Hughes really is a throwback. I mean, that's big sink right there.
Oh, at 93. Driven to right, and coming in and making a sliding catch is Jones, taking a hit away from Sanchez. 1 out here in the 8th.
Yeah, that's a nice at bat. Went down and got that one. Let's take a look at Garrett Jones' work. Jones, a guy who plays in the infield a lot, at first base here. Going down with a slide. One more look at the fine glove work. One you keep for the scrap look.
Here's Pence. Low to Hunter Pence, looking for his first hit in the game tonight. He's 0 for 2. He threw a walk in the 2nd. 41,733 here tonight. Pence dribbles it foul, and it is now even. 1 ball and 1 strike is Javi Lopez in the bullpen.
Maintenance inning. Jared Hughes, a big guy in his 4th year or 2nd year at the big league level. And when I say big, 6'7", 245, that's a big fella. Went to Santa Clara for a year. Then he wound up going to Long Beach State.
And Martin will put it away. 2 outs, and here's Sandoval.
I always thought life as a sinker baller was a pretty good one. Because no matter what happens, you're 1 ground ball away from a 2-out situation, and you're going to put a lot of balls on the ground. There's a couple of Panda people. They're pretty psyched up. They got to see Pablo Sandoval play tonight. After a couple of days off with a sore back, Pablo back in the lineup. It's good to see.
Swing and a miss by Sandoval. Sandoval hit into a double play in the 2nd, walked in the 4th, and bounced out to 2nd in the 6th. Same time tomorrow night, these two teams will be here. 0-2. Really has been a revelation this year watching teams how they've built their bullpens. And it's from some guys that you've never heard of before.
Yeah, but you will hear reputations are made in September and October. You do not get to September, October unless you have a good bullpen.
Yeah, and this team here, the team the Giants are playing, they put together a good bullpen.
Oh, they really have.
Sandoval is going to roll one past the diving Mercer. And he's going to be aboard with 2 outs. And that'll bring up Pill. That's really a classic case of if it's low, Sandoval can still hit it. And even if it bounces sometimes, he can hit it.
Well, we've seen this before. I mean, a natural low ball hitter, and he can go down, I mean, right to the shoe tops. And as big and strong as he is, and the ball's jumping off his bat again.
Yeah, absolutely. So here's Pill. Pill takes a first pitch strike. And he rolls this one to third, and that's a fair ball over the bag. It's going to roll over the mound. But 4 fans made an effort to catch it. And Pill is into second base with a double.
A 3-hit night for Brett Pill. He took one sinker to measure it, gets another one, rakes it right inside the third base line. And third base umpire Lance Barksdale saying it's fair.
There's 5 fans that leave it alone. Well, you're all going to be in the same wagon out of the ballpark. So here's Blanco. And Blanco takes low. Two and 0 to Blanco. Right now the Giants have nobody in the on-deck circle.
Brandon Crawford chalking up. Hoping to hit.
And it appears that it very well may happen. It's 3 balls and no strikes.
Rally caps are on.
Well, the rally glasses.
The glasses are upside down. Rally glasses.
Man, I'd be very dizzy at that point if I did that. The 3-0 to Blanco. And Blanco, a 3-pitch walk. And she thinks it's working.
Well, it is. And Tony Watson now all of a sudden getting up, starting to throw a little bit. Diehards not leaving. Break out the rally hats. And Ray Searns, the pitching coach, going to come out and have a word with Jared Hughes. Pirates fan.
Nodding off, is he?
That hat's got a few stories on it. I tell you.
I think he's the original Pirates bobblehead.
Well, don't forget to check out Sportsnet Central tonight, right after Giants postgame live, right here on Comcast Sportsnet Bay Area. Never know what's going to pop up out of McCovey Cove.
So here's Crawford.
Well, they had the Let's Go Giants cheer going. Those that have stayed have remained festive.
And Crawford takes a strike. Crawford hitting at 270. Hits this one into left center field. On the move is PA, and PA can't get it. And it bounces into the seats. And that's the third time we've seen a big bounce and a ground rule double. So I thought for a second that PA was going to run it down. But Crawford's pleased. He's got a couple of RBIs, and it's 10-5.
He's walking back with a half a limp back to his position. Didn't look like he's comfortable. Ball kept slicing away. You see PA in center is playing towards the right center field side, couple steps, but this ball keeps slicing away and away. And he slams into the wall. And perhaps that's why he had a little hitch in his get along. So a 2 RBI pinch hit double for Brandon Crawford.
So we're going to get a pitching change as Clint Hurdle is going to remove Hughes. It's 10-5 Pirates. Talk about the game with Paulie Mack tomorrow morning on KNBR 680. 10-5. Pirates.
Tony Watson, the new pitcher now for the Pirates. And he throws hard. He's got a fastball that will go low to mid 90s. Good hard slider, kind of a 2-pitch guy.
Newman popped out in his first at bat in the 7th inning.
Watson in his second year at the big league level. Big guy, 6'4", 225.
0-2. Well, that's just about what you're going to get. And a 3-pitch see you later, and that'll quickly do it for the Giants. They scored twice, they leave a pair. It's 10-5 Pirates. of this 4-game series. Pregame live at 6:30. And we'll be on there right at the top of the hour. And you can watch Game 2 of the series right here on Comcast Sportsnet Bay Area. (10-5) Pirates, 9th inning. And the Giants will give some work to
Javier Lopez, 54th game that he's coming in. This is an outing. You see 53 games, 30 innings. A lot of his outings have been situational where he's facing one guy. Not so here. He's going to try and give Bruce Bochy a clean inning. 28 strikeouts in 30 in the third. Another solid year.
Brandon Crawford, after his pinch hit double, he'll go into short. Moving from short to second is Arias. Everybody else stays put. So Martin 0 for 3 with a sacrifice fly. On the ground, Sandoval dives and gets up, and it's under the glove of Belt. Oh, he had half the play made, and Belt could not dig it out.
Tell you what, the half the play that he made, though, was spectacular. I mean, this is a smash to his backhand. That thing comes up on him. That's just a beautiful play. And Belt just cannot dig the short hop out. And this is fantastic glove work. And look how quickly he gets to the throwing position, squares up. Had a little more time than he thought, perhaps, with the catcher Martin running.
So here's Josh Harrison hitting. And the pitch is low to Josh Harrison, hitting .246.
So Russell Martin's been given a hit.
So Harrison at the plate facing Javi Lopez. We're in the 9th.
Yep, the Birds are figured out. It's the 9th inning. Got time to eat.
Sandoval has it. Flips it to Arias. To Belt. Double play.
I'll tell you what, if you ever have a wonder as to what type of range Pablo Sandoval has, 2 consecutive plays shows you that he's got good range. To his left, snow cones it over to Arias, and that's a nice deuce, folks. Watch this thing go right on the tip of his web. Snow cone action. A little flip and a nice throw to first base from Arias. It's the big leagues.
He does not make that play right before the All-Star break.
No, he's 22 pounds heavier. You're right. And he'll tell you that.
Here's Gabby Sanchez. Sanchez on the ground to Crawford, and Crawford in nice rhythm throws to Belt, and that'll end the inning. So some nice glove work by Sandoval, and we will head to the bottom of the 9th.
Pirates. They have some defensive changes. Josh Harrison stays in the game. He's in right field. And Pablo Sandoval with a lot of pats on the backs and handshakes when he got back to that Giants dugout with the defensive effort that he gave there in the top of the ninth.
So it'll be Arias, Belt, and Hector Sanchez. We have some good attitudes in this team. I think our fans actually look forward to the fact that they can flip those things inside out.
Yep.
Arias high and fouled on the right field line and out of play. Arias tonight is 0 for 4. He struck out in his last at bat.
That guy needs to take a little steam off those high fives. Wow.
I don't want a high five with that young lady. Give her a little time. Foul back, 0-2. Well, Giants looking for some early base runners to get it going here in the ninth, and it's 2-2. Flips out to right field. Harrison coming in, and he'll make the running catch. 1 out. And here's Belt.
He's hit the ball well tonight. What's new?
Yeah, it's been really the way it's been for Belt for about 3 weeks now.
Yeah, since he's changed his grip. Different hitter.
Belt rolls it foul, and it's 0-1. It hasn't really made a difference whether it's been a left-handed pitcher or a right-handed pitcher. His at-bats have just been solid. Outside the Belt.
I think that's one of the most exciting things in this game when you see a young guy get it. And he starts to step out and realize some of the expectation that has surrounded him. What's happened with Brandon Belt.
One and two.
Yeah, expectation can beat a guy down sometimes. Here's a gamer. He takes that rally helmet with him everywhere he goes.
Come on.
Yeah, he does. Rally cap, last call hat, serves a lot of purposes.
2-2.
Smile smooth. I think we're good.
2 balls, 2 strikes. And Belt out swinging.
That's a good fastball. He nailed that inside corner. I see a lot of left-handers nail that inside corner against left-handed pitchers or left-handed hitters. And Watson just did. That was a good one.
Here's Hector Sanchez. Sanchez lifts this one down the right field line and out of play.
Somebody find it? Oh, yeah.
Lift out to center field. PA coming in, still coming in, and he makes the running catch. And that's the ball game. So a tight ball game. It was 3-3 as the Giants went to the 5th inning. And that's when it got away from them, as the Pirates scored 7 times. And it ends up a win for the Pirates. A disappointing loss. Giants battled hard to get back in it.
Well, they really did, and I didn't see the 7 runs coming, but this is what this Pirate team has done this year. They have taken advantage of opportunity and hit batsman, 2 walks to load the bases with nobody else. That was their opportunity, and they jumped all over it.
Final score, the Pirates 10 and the Giants 5. Esurance Giants post-game live with interviews in the wrap is coming up. But first, let's go to the Sportsnet Central studio for an update.